Ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat.
MJ, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Single Up Fish!
Hey, welcome, everybody, to the Odds Couple Thursday edition of the large program as we get you set for a big weekend in college football and the National Football League. We will play Pick It or Park It for some of the big matchups in both the college and the Shield. We'll do that coming up. We got Fish Nuggets. We'll look at tonight's Thursday night football action as well, plus a little baseball. And what else we got? Fish Nuggets and our picks at the end of the show. We got that as well. So welcome to the show. I'm Rob Fisher. Lang Whitaker is alongside.
Hey, Rob.
Hello, Lang. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. What do we got on this week? Dogs?
Got the dogs. Dogs are playing the Ole Miss Land Sharks
Ole
this
Miss
weekend.
Land Sharks,
yeah. In Athens, they're going to stripe Sanford.
Oh, yeah?
You know what that means?
No, but red and black, I guess?
There's going to be one side's red, one side's black, and then white down the middle.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that at a college thing? Yeah.
No, I mean, not like that. But
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if it works. They did a blackout a couple weeks ago, and nobody wore the black. So, yeah, the Georgia fans are a little.
They're like, we're going to do what we want to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
1-2 titles, you can do what you want to do.
That's
right.
right.
But I went red and black for the dogs.
All right. Well, good to see you. John Roser is here. Hello, John.
Yeah, I'm on the Chris Vernon Show. I'm on the Odds Couple. I'm on the Grizzlies Radio Network broadcast. I'm on the Double Post. I'm on the Hustle Games. Da Vinci of the Grind City on my. What up, everybody? I'm back. They don't let me leave this booth, actually, on Thursdays. I'm not allowed to. Actually, CJ normally would be here. CJ's out of town, hopefully enjoying his vacation. I'm normally in that chair, but instead I'm in this booth. I haven't been allowed to leave today. Let's have a great show and talk some football. I've got stuff written down. We got notes. Well, that's a blank page there, but I got a bunch of stuff written here.
Oh, notes.
Let's go. We got notes. We got football games to talk about.
Let's do it.
Anything is better than talking
I keep
about the
notes on my
Grizzlies game
computer.
last night.
Do you not do notes on your?
I find I like to write them.
I do too.
I found I like to write them down. Now, when I'm like preparing the Grizzlies pregame radio, I have that typed in front of me, and I also print it out. I have a printout and I have it typed in front of me. It's weird. I go back and forth with that.
hear you.
But for like when I'm looking up stuff on games, I like to write them down. I get that from. I'm pretty sure I get that from Chris Vernon. He still writes all of his stuff down.
Yeah, I write.
I find it easier to kind of remember when I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
My Alabama-Tennessee notes are crazy. I've got stuff all over the place on that game. I don't know what to do with that.
I just copy-paste stuff usually.
Yeah.
Like I'll find stuff elsewhere and then... Or the place I normally write stuff down is on my phone. Like last night...
Yeah, I love the Notes app.
I was hosting the Gary Parrish show all week this week, and I was watching the Grizzlies game last night and writing notes on my phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that way it's just with you all the time.
I do that for a lot of... I mean, that's like groceries.
Yeah, I have an ongoing
Workouts.
grocery list.
Workouts.
I have a grocery list I've had for about 6 years on my phone, and I just constantly delete, add, delete, add. Yeah, every single day.
Yeah, I do too. I'm more of a write-down person, though, too.
Yeah.
I'm like you.
We are old AF.
Yeah, that's right.
We are. It's
Actually,
cool, though.
I saw a thing
it's
today.
cool, though.
I saw a thing today. It's in tomorrow's Grind City newsletter. You guys remember when we used to use the telephone that had like the receiver, the handheld, and it had like the curly cord? Mm-hmm. It's one of those, and you plug it into your iPhone. So if you're on a call on your iPhone, you dial it on the phone, and then you use the thing and talk on the call.
Now, why would you do that?
Why would you do
Just
that?
because you missed the.
Because you
like,
miss it?
Yeah, or if
Okay.
you want to screw around with the phone cable while you're on the phone.
That feels like technology going backwards.
Yeah.
That feels like we're going backwards. That doesn't feel like forwards.
I don't know. I just found it online today.
Well, Halloween is coming up, and I once went because I hate dressing up for Halloween. I am not a
but you dress up for every game.
Person.
Yeah,
I do, but I don't dress up for Halloween. I don't like it. I don't want to put makeup on. I don't want to put on masks. I don't want to do any of that stuff because my whole thing is I don't want to be driving down the street and get pulled over and look like an absolute fool. That's my problem. So I went as I wore khakis and just a nice white button-down shirt, and I had an old phone with the curly cord, and I had it sticking out my pants, and I was a booty call.
That's very nice. I like that. That's a great idea.
Thank you very much.
That's a great idea. I like that. You got to be
easy-
creative. You got to be creative.
Easy, creative costume.
If
for
I
Halloween.
could spend on a like if I had the money to afford a big costume this year, I would definitely go as the Utah Mammoth mascot. Did you see
like
Tusky?
that? Yeah.
Tusky? Yeah, I like Tusky. I'd like Tusky's a
the
great
Alabama
idea.
fans aren't big on that. Like Tuscaloosa, they've got an elephant too.
They've got Big Al. They have Big Al.
Big Al.
But yeah.
And the New York Liberty have Ellie, the elephant. Like she's been the runaway hit mascot for the last year, and now they're just copying that with another. It's not an elephant, but it's close.
People just people just going with
you went as
elephants.
me one
People
year
like
for
elephants.
I went as you. Yeah, I did go as
Yeah,
you one
you
year
were
for
one year
Halloween.
around.
Yeah, I just
Rob
wore
went as
Grizz
me.
gaming stuff.
I think my son's gonna go as he's been planning it out for a while. He was Steven Adams last year or 2 years ago. I think this year he's planning on being not Ted Lasso, Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Because the Happy Gilmore 2 just came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, you just got to get a Bruins jersey and carry a hockey stick.
Yeah.
And wear like jeans and a hat.
Yeah, that's easy.
Get him a Ray Bork jersey.
Maybe I could be John Daly. He could be Happy Gilmore and I can be John Daly.
Yeah.
Just walk around with a smoke and a
Yeah.
beer and
Have a
A
drink.
Diet Coke.
do golf club.
Yeah.
That works.
Barefoot.
All right, let's get into the sports. We got a big weekend coming up, including a big day today. Major League Baseball. We got two games today, both the NLCS and the ALCS, as the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Dodgers leading that series 2-0 and a big -190 favorite
Did the
tonight
Brewers
for
have
the
a pitcher
Dodgers. Aaron Ashby again is
bullpen
going to
game,
start,
then.
bullpen guy, going against Tyler Glasnow tonight. And then you have the Mariners, who lead their series 2-1, gave one back to the Blue Jays last night. Mariners a 130 favorite in this one. Max Scherzer toes the rubber for the Toronto Blue Jays against Luis Castillo for the Seattle Mariners. Who you liking tonight?
I feel like these games are like, forget the pitching. It's like vibes. It's like who's got the
Yeah.
vibes at the moment. And the Dodgers feel like they've got the vibes. They've been just rolling in that series. And I would have said Seattle, heading back to Seattle. Toronto was awesome last night. Like the Mariners had nothing. And Toronto.
Can't you see a little Max Scherzer magic tonight?
Yeah, maybe like it'll just get you through 4 innings. And if the offense plays the way the offense was last night, like they got a shot at this thing. If they could tie it up 2-2 and head back to Canada, they're in a good spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm
You're
with
wearing
you.
your J-Rod shirt.
I am wearing the J-Rod shirt today, but and he's been awesome. But I don't know. I just feel the Scherzer vibe tonight for Toronto, and the way that they hit last night was incredible. Now, if Scherzer was left off the division series roster,
Yeah, I know.
and now here he is pitching in Game 4
maybe we
against the Mariners.
don't expect
So
too much.
Maybe not expect too much from Max Scherzer.
I did.
tonight.
I was thinking last night about Julio Rodriguez because, 3 years ago, that dude was like the star player for the Seattle Mariners. The next A-Rod, and what's going. And this year, you barely heard about him. It was all about Cal Raleigh.
He had a
the
really
big
bad
dumper.
start to the season. He was great in the second half of the season.
Yeah, but he
hasn't put a
wasn't.
whole year together.
Yeah, he was kind of off the radar a little
Yeah.
bit, and so maybe that for him has been a good thing because he's kind of just not all the attention's on him.
Yeah.
He made a play in one of those first couple games in center field, like a diving catch, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy he's a great player.
Yeah.
But no one talks about him anymore because it's been all Cal Raleigh. Maybe this is the time he steps up.
Yeah, hit the home run
Let's
last
see
time.
how Seattle responds. This is a response game for Seattle. I don't pretend to know much about baseball, but I know that Julio Rodriguez hit that 2-run homer to put them up 2-0 last night, and the Mariners were already up 2-0 in the series. Rodriguez, their second best player behind the big dumper, hits the 2-run shot to put them up 2-0 in the game, and that stadium is rocking. And then next thing you know, the Blue Jays completely respond, and they're up 8-2. That's big time to do that.
Yeah.
That is like you being down 0-2 in the ALCS on the road, and immediately you get rocked with a 2-run shot, and it's like, holy crap, this place is electric right now. But they responded. The Blue Jays respond. Let's see if Seattle responds.
Yeah.
I think Toronto will be there tonight. I think it's more about how Seattle plays.
Yeah, and then the Milwaukee's just trying to stave off, getting swept.
This is inevitable. And honestly, the ALCS, if the Mariners make it, they're not beating the Dodgers. The Dodgers are the new Yankees. Everybody still loves to hate the Yankees, and it's crap. You should not hate the Yankees the way you used to hate the Yankees. The Dodgers are the new Yankees.
Yeah,
they are the evil empire.
Yeah.
The Dodgers
for sure.
are.
No
They're
doubt.
the evil empire.
No doubt. And we'll see if Glass now can do what the last 2 starters for the Dodgers have done in that series, which has just been unbelievable in the way that they've shut down the Brewers in the last 2 games. All right, it's time for What Would We Bet? What would we bet? And this week for What Would We Bet today, we look at the SEC champion. We talked about this the other day on the show on Monday a little bit, but now looking at the odds, Alabama is the favorite at plus 165, followed by A&M at plus 470, Georgia plus 500, Ole Miss plus 700, Texas at plus 750, and then you go all the way down to plus 2,200 for Tennessee and Oklahoma, Mizzou at plus 2,500, LSU at plus 2,700. That seems to me, of all the teams that I look at on that list, LSU getting the least amount of respect from Las Vegas.
Yeah,
It's a one-loss team.
They're favored to lose this week.
Yeah, to Vanderbilt.
To Vanderbilt, yeah. I saw like one of the metrics had Vanderbilt 60% like likely to win this game just straight up. So LSU doesn't get a lot of respect. I would also say, can you throw that back up there? Georgia is another one that I think probably deserves a little bit more.
Let me look at this. Yeah, dude, LSU sucks. Okay, I've seen enough of it. I have seen enough LSU football this year.
I think they're probably better than Tennessee, though.
I don't think they are better than Tennessee. I don't think LSU is good. I really don't think they're that good because I don't really think Ole Miss is amazing, and Ole Miss beat them, and Ole Miss still had 14 penalties. South Carolina was in that game last weekend in Baton Rouge. I don't trust LSU's offense when it comes down to it. For this one, those top 3 are kind of the ones.
I wouldn't bet on Texas A&M. Like I don't really have a lot of faith in them.
I do Oklahoma. Oklahoma's the one.
Really?
They have one conference loss.
Yeah, they just haven't. To me, they haven't really been that like explosive. I
know
their
offense leaves much to be desired.
But
Mateer
even if he's healthy,
that dude throws
I don't know.
pads. He did it last week. Like he's thrown questionable balls all year. Last week they got picked off. So that's the thing. Like, does he kind of tone that down a little bit? If he does,
The thing about Texas A&M, I mean, I get it.
A&M's really good.
To win the conference, you got to win the final game, which is tough.
Yeah.
But like, they have 3 ranked opponents left.
Yeah.
LSU, Missouri, Texas.
I like A&M. I like A&M.
They have a pretty good shot at running the table and finishing undefeated, but then you'll have to beat Alabama or Georgia. I tend to think Alabama's the best team in the SEC. Their odds just weren't that great. I wouldn't bet it, but just from what I've seen and the way they're trending, like I feel like Alabama's probably the team to beat in the SEC.
Alabama also thing that drives me nuts with them. There are so many times, like you saw it in the Georgia game. You saw it in the second half of the Vandy game a little bit. Yeah. You saw it in the first half of the Missouri game. There are times where they look amazing, and it's just like the play calling, Ty Simpson, the timing, it all looks awesome. And then there are times where it's like, what is going on here? Like, they just leave points out there on the field, and you saw it last week in the second half. Missouri started getting after him. He fumbled to start the second half, and then the rest of the second, they started getting pressure on him, and it was a different offense when you start getting pressure on him. So it's basically, there are a lot of these teams that I don't think there's much difference between Alabama at whatever they are, 3-1 or whatever, and probably Oklahoma, who's at 22-1. I don't think there's some massive difference in those teams there.
No. Well, it'll be interesting. This one I think as open as the Heisman has been all season. up to this point as well. All right, our first pick it or park it game of the week is the Memphis Tigers. They're back in action this week after having a bye week last week. The Memphis Tigers are a 21.5-point favorite at UAB this week. UAB just fired their head coach, Trent Dilfer. The total in this game is 63.5. Memphis 8-0-1 against the spread in their last 9 games. They're 6-0 against the spread this season. 7-2 against the spread their last 9 on the road. 29 of their last 42 have gone over the total. UAB, meanwhile, 2-5 against the spread their last 7, 2-6 against the number their last 8 at home. 12 of their last 16 have gone over. Head-to-head, Memphis has covered 4 of the last 5. They've won the last 3 by an average of 32 points per game. They are a 21-point favorite. Memphis, 49-17. They win it by 32. They cover, and the total goes over the 63.5. 49-17 Tigers. Lang, yet?
I have a pick on this one.
Okay.
You want me to just do it now?
Yeah.
I'm taking UAB.
What?
I've been told to stay away from Memphis games, and I have all season. I've also watched enough Trent Dilfer interviews and things to know that when that guy left that locker room, I guarantee you those players felt a lot better. I guarantee you those players are like, oh, fine, let's move on here and turn the page. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they might be able to keep it closer than 21.5. That being said, UAB, out of 136 teams in the country, UAB is ranked number 136 in points allowed. Last week, they gave up 50 points to FAU in the third quarter. By the time it was the third quarter, then they took their foot off the gas. They give up a lot of points. Memphis, though, is going to run the ball. We know. And UAB is terrible against the run. They're going to run the ball. They're going to chew up clock. They're going to win. But I'm just going to, just for the heck of it, take UAB and say they're going to cover the 21.5.
All right. Roser?
Memphis wins by 19.
So I have a pick on this game. And I'm looking at this like UAB has scored 33 against Florida Atlantic, 24 against Tennessee, 31 against Akron, 24 against Navy.
You don't have a pick on this game?
52 against Alabama State. No, I am picking it, though.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a pick here.
Oh,
Pick?
Yeah. This is just
so it's a thick one.
Yeah, not really a thick pick. I think this
Thin
is an
pick?
easy over. I think we got an easy over here because I think there's going to be, normally I would probably take the under on this if Dilfer was there because I think they would just be totally demoralized and Memphis would probably have to hit this over by themselves, which would be possible if Dilfer was still there because that's how bad they are. But I will say when you get new coach vibes in there, there's a different level of energy that first week. We saw at Bobby Petrino, Tennessee last week.
Yeah.
They could have pulled off an upset in Knoxville last week. You get that sometimes with that first week with the new head coach. So I think UAB will play some inspired football. However, they still suck. But Memphis wins this game. Let's call it 49-23. 49-23. Tigers win. They cover it. Total goes over.
Pick.
UAB sucks.
UAB combined for 86 last week.
Yeah, right.
Jeez. All right. Tigers want to keep it going here as they have USF next week. No looking ahead to USF. They'll take care of business at UAB. We will take a break here on the Odds Couple. When we come back, more pick it or park it as we look at the biggest matchups in the SEC and around the country, plus the National Football League. That's all ahead here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Nate, Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Just walking through FedEx Forum, what's that been like for you?
To be back here knowing that this is going to help St. Jude, it's going to recognize Fred Smith.
Yeah.
Come on now, what he did as an individual. It's going to highlight the city and that what this great place is. There's not many cities like Memphis.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Odds Couple on this Thursday edition of the large.
Yeah, it's
program.
back with a single on fish.
Yep, that's right. We got fish nuggets coming up
Nuggets.
here on the program today. We got our picks coming up on the show. And we'll preview tonight's Thursday night football action. But first,
TNF.
It is time for Pick It or Park It.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I was
just
drinking my
drinking this milkshake.
chocolate peanut butter banana protein shake right here. I'll give you the recipe if you want. It's a good one. I've got it down. Science. Give it to me again, Fish. It's what?
It's time for Pick It or Park It. All right, we start in the SEC in the big matchup of the weekend, Vanderbilt and LSU.
Wait, you said the big matchup?
Yeah, the big matchup of the weekend.
Wait.
Vanderbilt and LSU. Vanderbilt is a 2.5. It's because Vanderbilt's a 2.5 point favorite over LSU. The first time in 52 SEC games that Vanderbilt is an actual favorite over the opponent. The total in this one is 48.5. Vanderbilt 14-6 against the spread in their last 20 games. Their last 43 games as a favorite, they are 36-7 straight up. 35 of their last 54 against SEC opponents have gone under the total. LSU, meanwhile, 8-11 against the spread in their last 19 games. 12 of their last 15 have gone under, including all 6 games of this season have gone under the total for LSU. Head-to-head, 6 of the last 7 meetings have gone under the total. I love the under this week, under the 48.5. And I think Vanderbilt is the right team favored. Vanderbilt's going to win this one by a field goal. Vanderbilt 24-21 over LSU. They get the victory. I'm with you, Roser. I don't think LSU's that good. They haven't impressed me much. And I think Vanderbilt, being at home, Vanderbilt with Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt with their ability to run the football, LSU's inability to run the football. I like Vanderbilt in this game. 24-21, anchor down doors. Lang.
I'm not that impressed. I'll pick it. I'm not that impressed with LSU either. You know who has the worst rushing offense in the SEC? LSU.
Yeah.
And Vanderbilt's rushing defense is pretty good. They're like middle of the pack. I thought Vanderbilt was going to be able to run the ball a little more against Alabama and keep that game close and just chew up some clock, and they didn't really. So I think for LSU, it's just Nussmeier. Whatever he gives you is going to be enough. Vandy's do one of these things, so I'll take Vandy.
All right.
I don't think LSU is, as I said, I don't think they're very good. I think 24-17 was last year's score, so LSU won, but like Vandy is right there. This game in Nashville, I think Vandy plays inspired football. I think game day implications. Nobody's talking about game day in Nashville because game day's already done a Vandy game, but that was Tuscaloosa. If Missouri beats Auburn and Vandy beats LSU, why wouldn't you go to Nashville? They could go to Nashville this week.
You.
And that would stink.
Is he whispering?
And that would stink if Memphis lost game day to Nashville. But there could be some game day implications here if you are Vanderbilt. Vandy held, they did a pretty good job on Alabama. Vanderbilt's offense, they just weren't able to run the ball in the second half. Alabama did a good job and was able to stop the run. LSU's offense is not nearly like even a fraction, like a tenth as good as Alabama's offense is. LSU's offense is blah. Nussmeier will make mistakes. Clark Lee, his defensive group, they will force Nussmeier to make mistakes. I like Vandy minus the 2.5. And we start having There's already reports that Billy Napier is going to be on the outs after this weekend. We're going to start having Brian Kelly discussions. Vanderbilt wins 21-13 in Nashville. Total goes under.
All right. How about that? Under in Vanderbilt. Go Doors. There's another big game in the SEC this week as well, as Georgia takes on Ole Miss. Is that all right?
Yeah. I guess.
Georgia and Ole Miss in Athens. Georgia's an 8.5-point favorite against the Rebels. The total in this one is 54.5. Georgia 5-13 against the spread their last 18 games, 3-13 against the number as a favorite. Georgia, 15 of their last 24 have gone under the total. Meanwhile, for Ole Miss, 13-8 against the spread their last 21. 12 of their last 16 on the road have gone under the total as well. Georgia has won 11 of the last 13 against Ole Miss head-to-head. I think Georgia's going to win this game, but I think 8.5 is too many. I'm going to take the Georgia Bulldogs straight up. Ole Miss covering the 8.5. Georgia wins it 27-24 Bulldogs. It goes under the 54.5, and Ole Miss covers the 8.5.
I think Georgia wins also, but I think Ole Miss covers the same. That Ole Miss game last week against Washington State, their quarterback, Trinidad James.
Chambliss.
Whatever. Trinidad was struggling out there.
Gold all in my brain.
And there was times where he looked like he wasn't there. I mean, they kept talking about, should they bring in Austin Simmons? Should they not? Whatever. The one thing I would say about Ole Miss is they lead the nation in plays of 30-plus yards this season. Like, they've had a few. They're able to hit those big plays. The thing about Georgia that kills them all season long is their secondary, which makes me think that Ole Miss hits enough of those big plays, a couple per half, to keep them in the game, keep the game close. I think Georgia can wear them down and run the ball against them and is going to be able to stop their run. And if anything, just do not bet on Georgia in the first half. Whatever you do not bet on Georgia in the first half to have a lead or anything. They'll figure it out. Auburn fans are still mad about the way they figured it out last week. They'll figure it out, and they'll get the win, but I think Ole Miss will probably cover this thing.
Right. Roser?
Yeah, I've got a pick on it. Ole Miss's defense the last 14 quarters, they've given up 57 points total, that's actually really good since the second half of the Arkansas game. Their defense has been really good, but I'm not really sure.
Is he whispering again?
I'm not really sure if I should trust that. If I should trust the Ole Miss defense. And I don't really think I can trust the Ole Miss defense. I don't think they're as good on the line of scrimmage this year. I think that did show in the LSU game. And while I don't think LSU is very good, I do think LSU is the most physical team. Their defense, LSU's defense is a good defense. It's a solid defense. I think they are the most physical team that Ole Miss has played. And Ole Miss had 14 penalties in that game. This Trinidad Chambliss kid, first road start. This is his first road start. It's going to be in Athens. Kirby is going to throw all kinds of crap at this kid, confuse the hell out of him. Even if Georgia's offense gets off to a rocky start, I still expect Georgia to win at the line of scrimmage throughout this game. I like the Bulldogs to win this game. I like Georgia to win this game. 31-17, Dogs cover.
I'm surprised it's such a I thought it'd probably be even or Georgia by 2 or 3. I was surprised it was 7.5.
I would not be shocked if Ole Miss's opening script
8.5
is great.
First
their first drive. That opening script is going to be great.
Count.
Right.
We've
I would not be
saying
saying. I would bet you after the week Ole Miss just had against Washington State, they're going to be buttoned up there to start this game, and I bet their opening script is going to be great. But I just think after that, I think Kirby will start dialing it up at Chambliss, and they're going to confuse the hell out of him. First road starts, they're always shaky for these guys, especially in the SEC. So, yeah. Give me the Dogs.
All right. One other big game in the SEC this weekend as well, as Alabama takes on Tennessee in the third Saturday in October. Alabama just over a touchdown favorite, 7.5 over the Vols, a total at 58.5. Alabama's 26-8 against the spread, their last 36 at home. 18-11 against the spread, their last 29, and 16 of their last 28 have gone over. Tennessee, meanwhile, 7-15 against the spread on the road. Tennessee has lost 23 straight games on the road against top 10 opponents. 31 of their last 47 have gone over. Now, head-to-head, Alabama's covered 10 of the last 15 games against Tennessee, and 9 of the last 13 have gone over the total, including 3 of the last 4. I want to say this one's going to be close, but I just don't see it. I think Alabama's going to win it. They're going to win it convincingly. 35-24, Roll Tide. They covered the spread, and it goes over the 58.5.
I'm going to park this one. And I say that because like I told you guys earlier, I would pick Alabama to win the SEC. I think they're the best team. They're trending the right way. They're coming together, get better every week. All that being said, the one thing that has hurt Alabama this year is pass rush. Remember, like the Florida State game, like they couldn't keep Ty Simpson clean, and they end up losing the game. Georgia wasn't able to get rushers at Ty Simpson, and they were okay. Alabama's given up 8 sacks the last 2 weeks. The team that leads the SEC in sacks, Tennessee. So I just worry they'll be able to cause problems with Ty. If Ty Simpson stands back there and nobody's bothering him, he can pick you apart. Like, he's looked great in the times where he's been able to do that. I just think Tennessee's probably got enough pass rush that it's going to cause them some problems and maybe keep it a little closer than 7.5. So I'll just park it.
Okay.
Roser?
I'm going to pick it. When I first saw this line, my first inclination was, because it was like 8.5, I was like, why is Alabama favored by that much? That feels really big. Like, I thought the line was going to be like, I thought Alabama minus like 4.5 to 5.5 is where I thought this line would be. And I saw it was well over a touchdown, a little bit over a touchdown, and that shocked me. And then started looking into it. Okay. Josh Heupel's played 2 games in Tuscaloosa. He's coached 2 games in Tuscaloosa. They lost 34-20 and 52-24. Then I dug a little bit deeper on, look a little bit more at Tennessee. Their number 1 running back, Deshaun Bishop, he got hurt last week against Arkansas. He is expected to play. Then you look a little bit deeper on it. Joey Aguilar is where you get to. Aguilar at home this year and last year, he wasn't obviously at Tennessee last year. But last year, quarterbacking, this year, quarterbacking at home, 25 touchdowns, 5 picks. On the road, 12 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He has been a way different quarterback away from the home field, whether that's here, whether that's Appalachian State, whether that's UCLA. He has been a different quarterback when on the road. The other thing I started to look at, Tennessee has the worst pass defense in the SEC. They give up more passing yards than any team in the SEC. Dead last, 16th out of 16. Ty Simpson, 71% completion percentage. He's only thrown 1 interception, 16 touchdowns to 1 pick. The key for Tennessee is the key for every team against Alabama. You got to be able to get to Ty Simpson. As you mentioned, Florida State was able to get to him and throw his timing off. Missouri in the second half did a much better job of throwing his timing off. And then on the offensive side, you have to be able to run the ball against Alabama. Florida State ran for 230 yards. Georgia rushed for 227 yards, 6.9 yards per carry. Vanderbilt averaged 7.1 yards per carry, but they only had 20 rushing yards in the second half. They started getting down, turned the ball over in the red zone. They couldn't keep running the ball after Alabama built the lead. Missouri averaged 5.8 yards per carry. What happened, though? They got down early. Tennessee's got to build a lead. You've got to build a lead on Bama, and then you can keep running, and controlling the clock. But this game's in Tuscaloosa. Aguilar hadn't been good on the road, and Heupel's lost both of his games pretty big there. Give me the Tide.
All right. Tide.
I just wanted to run through all my notes. I wrote down all that shit, and I was like, sorry, I'm going to read all this. If I took the time to research all of this stuff, I'm going to read all of it.
That's right. That's right.
And it's everywhere. This crap is everywhere. Yeah. Aguilar also. 62% completion percentage at home, 55% on the road. There you go.
Is that everything?
And Tennessee won 24-17 last year. There you go. That's
it.
That's
Tennessee,
22nd in the nation in rushing yards per game, 3rd in the SEC. I think that's it. All right. That's all my notes on Tennessee, Alabama. Yeah.
We got a couple of national games as well this week between ranked opponents, including Notre Dame against USC this week as that rivalry continues. Notre Dame's an 8.5-point favorite. The total at 61.5. Notre Dame's 14-4 against the spread their last 18 games, including 7-2 against the number their last 9 at home. 13-3 against the spread as a favorite, and 6 of their last 8 have gone over the total. USC, meanwhile, on the road, 2-10 against the spread, 3-7 against the spread in October, and 6 of their last 8 have gone over. Head-to-head, Notre Dame 6-1 straight up in the last 7 meetings, and Notre Dame 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings at home against USC. Too much Notre Dame here, too much travel for USC. Fighting Irish win it by 10, 38-28 Notre Dame. They cover the spread, and the total goes over.
I would, just for our purposes, I'll pick it. And, someone told me a long time ago, you never pick against God.
Right.
I'd probably take Notre Dame in this one, -8.5. USC's plus 100 in passing yards per game defense. Notre Dame's got a top 20 passing attack. Jeremiah Love looks good. They've won 4 in a row. And there's I don't watch a ton of Big Ten, but I've seen enough of Illinois and these other, and Michigan State. They're okay. They both scored 30 plus against USC. So I'll take Notre Dame -8.5 in this one. Go God.
This is a total bet against Michigan. There was some smoke there with Michigan and USC last week, and Lincoln Riley and Sharon Moore, and USC played inspired football, but I don't really think Michigan is that great. Oklahoma handled them pretty easy on that Saturday night game, and Michigan barely beat Nebraska, who I also don't think is very good at all, and Penn State wants to hire Nebraska's coach. Whatever. So this is a bet against Michigan. Notre Dame's defense has not been typical what we see from a Marcus Freeman defense. They gave up 27 points in the rain to Miami. They gave up 41 against Texas A&M. Turns out Miami and Texas A&M, arguably might be the 2 best teams in college football. That's a real possibility. Would that shock you if Miami and Texas A&M played for the national championship? That's not crazy.
Not crazy.
It's not crazy based on what we've seen so
watch.
far. USC has played 1 game against a team worth a crap, or at least that's been ranked, and that was Illinois, and they lost 34-32. Lincoln Riley on the road against ranked teams in his tenure at USC, 1-5. Notre Dame, 44-24. Huge over the Trojans, who can't beat anybody worth a crap on the road ever.
That was a thick pick.
Sorry, Jessica Benson. Love you.
She knows it. She knows the truth.
She knows.
She knows. We got a big one out of the Big 12 as well, the Holy War this weekend. I think it's Big 12, aren't they Big 12?
Big 12.
Yeah. Utah and BYU.
Yeah.
Utah, 3.5-point favorite at BYU. The total at 49.5, despite BYU being ranked ahead of Utah. Utah is the favorite here on the road. Utah 7-1 against the spread their last 8, 4-1 against the spread on the road. And BYU, meanwhile, 2-6 against the spread against Big 12 opponents, 5-11 against the spread in October, and 1-2 against the spread in their last 3 games. Head-to-head, Utah 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 meetings. Utah 5-1 against the number at BYU. And 10 of the last 12 at BYU between these two teams have gone under the total. We'll stick with that. We'll go with Utah winning by a touchdown. 28-21 Utes. Utah covers the spread, and it goes under the total. BYU's been finding a way to win week after week after week. They can't find that way to win this week against Utah.
I think they figure out a way to win.
Whoa!
BYU's going to get the win. This is a Bear Backmeyer show. We appreciate the true freshman.
What a name.
Number 47, quarterback freshman.
True freshman, number
great.
47, plays for BYU. You're right. And his name's
You
Bear.
got to love Bear Bachmeier.
Yeah.
You also got to love their running back, LJ something Martin. I think he leads the Big 12 in rushing yards per game. But really, to me, it's a pick against Utah quarterback Devin Dampier. I know there's been a lot of talk going into this season. He was like a kind of a fringe Heisman candidate. Everybody was talking.
I think CJ promoted him.
Yeah,
as a
well,
Heisman guy.
when I watched them play a couple times this year, he's looked more like Eric Dampier.
I'm
gonna go BYU. I think they've got a little something going there. At least they'll cover, if not win this game outright. But I love Bear Bachmeier. I like BYU.
Oh, he took BYU. I'm going to take a pick here, too. I normally was going to park this. Bear Bachmeier, Devin Dampier. Kind of a Spider-Man meme at each other, except Dampier's older. 1,200 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks, 295 yards rushing, 7 rushing touchdowns. Dampier, 1,100 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 picks, 378 rushing yards, and 5 rushing touchdowns. BYU's won 2 straight, 2021 and 2024. They've only played twice in the 2020s. Only played twice. I hate conference expansion and realignment. That's what it's done to this game. We need the Holy War every year. Prior to that, Utah had won 9 straight. I look at these teams. I look at their schedules. These teams have played a combined 1 team worth of crap. And Utah hung in it for as long as they could against Texas Tech. Therefore, I'm taking the Utes 34-24 over the Cougs in Provo.
All right, there you go. That's our college pick it or park it for this week. Now, a couple of games out of the NFL this week as well. One of the big games starts the weekend off bright and early on Sunday morning from London as the Los Angeles Rams will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Rams 2.5 point favorite over the Jags. The total in this one 44.5. The Rams 12-1 straight up against the AFC South in their last 13 matchups. The Rams also 11-3 against the spread in their last 14 games. 7-0 against the spread, taking on AFC opponents. The Jags, meanwhile, 2-18 against the spread against the NFC West. 16-40 against the spread against the NFC. And 4 of their last 5 as an underdog have gone over the total. Head-to-head, the Rams have covered the last 6 meetings, and 4 of the last 5 meetings overall have gone over. We're taking the Rams. Rams by a little more than a touchdown. Rams 28-20. They cover the spread, and it goes over the 44.5. Go Rams. Jags lose their second straight game.
How many ways are you going to say the Jags lose? I've been taking the Jags. They're 7-6 in London. The vibes are good right now.
They've played 13 games in London.
Yeah, they've played more than anybody else. Well, they're owners from England, right?
Yeah.
But I'll take them to win this game. I know Puka Nacua is out for the Rams, even though Stafford leads the NFL in passing yards. I just like the way the Jags are playing right now. And I also saw all the stuff today about how they're going to start trying to feature Travis Hunter on offense, which feels like a fun little wrinkle to add into this thing. So I think I'll take the Jags. Give me the Jags.
Okay.
Tally-ho!
I'm parking it. I've learned this from the Bill Simmons podcast because I hear them always do this, and they're just like you, because every time they do, they lose. I've seen this from other people too on Twitter.
I gotta
Get
start
the
wearing
game when
headphones
people,
for this show.
and they're like, "You don't bet on the London game. Don't bet on the London game." So I'm not gonna make a pick on the London game. I will say the Jacksonville Jaguars, before that loss to Seattle last week, they were about plus 14 in the turnover category. They'd forced like 14 turnovers this year. The Seahawks had 0 turnovers last week. If the Rams can keep Stafford clean and have a clean sheet of turnovers, the Rams will win this game. The Jaguars' defense is feast or famine. If they force turnovers, that's how they get the easy scores out of Lawrence. If they don't, you can go down the field on the Jaguars' defense. They have to force turnovers. If the Jags force turnovers, the Jags will win this game. If they don't, the Rams are going to win and cover the game. It's that simple. And I have no idea. Because it's London. It's foggy London town.
Hello, Governor.
Sunday afternoon, you got the Los Angeles Chargers, a 1.5 point favorite over the Indianapolis Colts. That total at 48.5. Chargers 11-3 against the spread, taking on AFC opponents. 14-5 straight up as a favorite. 4 of their last 5 have gone under. Meanwhile, Indianapolis as a dog, 4-14 straight up as an underdog. Also 1-4 against the spread, their last 5 on the road. Head-to-head, the Chargers 8-2-1 against the spread against Indianapolis in their last 11 meetings, and 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone under, including 4 of the last 5 at the Chargers have gone under the total as well. Love the under at 48.5 in this game. Also going to take the Chargers. Chargers 24-20. They win it. They cover the spread, and the total goes under. Chargers minus a 1.5 against the Colts.
I'm parking this one. Stay away. Yeah, I don't know what to make. I can't believe the Colts have been as good as they've been all season long. And
they're the featured game of the week.
Yeah, and every time I think, all right,
that's insane.
They're gonna wake up. It's gonna be over. They keep winning. I parked this one. Stay out of here. Roser.
I'm parking it. The reason I'm parking it, I want to take the Chargers. I lean Chargers. Lean with it, rock with it. Lean with it, rock with it. I may have that. I may have a lean with it sound clip for us next week if you want to lean with it. May have that for us. I lean Chargers, but I don't trust their offensive line. Ever since Joe Alt went down, I do not trust the offensive line for the Chargers. How long is he out? Is he done for the year? I have not seen anything on him. Hang on, let's find out. This will change my my prediction if he's playing. Joe Alt injury status. Let's see here. Doubtful to no, that was against the Commanders.
High ankle
Bad
sprain.
news for Joe Alt. Yeah, so he's not.
It's probably like a couple months.
Good news for Khalil Mack, bad news for Joe Alt. So Joe Alt's not playing. So that's why, I'm parking this game completely. I will say I do not think the Colts are as good as everybody thinks they are. I'm still not super impressed with them.
Well, Joe Alt's doubtful for Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Alt's
he's close.
So but that's why. So I'm not taking I can't take the Chargers in it. So that's why I'm parking it. Otherwise, I would take the Chargers. Miami's not good. They're literally a dumpster fire. The Titans are a dumpster fire. The Raiders are a dumpster fire. They have 3 wins over dumpster fires. That is 3 of their 5 wins. The other one is off of an Arizona Cardinals team who literally fumbled an interception into the end zone and gave up a touchdown and had a guy run and drop the ball before the end zone. Incompetent football team, and they couldn't cover against them on their own home field. The Broncos, they should have lost over a BS leverage call, and they lost to the Rams because they also dropped the ball before going in the end zone. The point of this is, don't drop the ball before you get all the way in the end zone, and don't trust the Colts' 5-1 record. Having said that, I don't trust the Chargers' offensive line because Herbert almost got the crap knocked out of him a bunch last week, and he did the week before against the Commanders, so I don't trust it, but I lean Chargers in this one.
Lean toward the Chargers.
Lean back.
All right. How about a couple of fish nuggets?
I like nuggets.
For the games that
I'm
we
starving.
did
I'd
not
like
get
some
to.
nuggets.
Yeah, for the games we didn't get to out of the SEC, Oklahoma is a 5.5-point favorite at South Carolina, total at 43.5. All 6 of Oklahoma's games this year have gone under the total. South Carolina's gone under in 14 of their last 23 as well. Texas A&M, they are a 7.5-point favorite at Arkansas, total at 61.5. 9 of the last 13 games have been decided by 7 or less between these two teams.
Wow.
Arkansas has covered 6 of the last 7 meetings with Texas A&M. Florida, 8.5 against Mississippi State, that total at 51.5. Both teams have gone under the total in 5 of 6 games this season. That total at 51.5. Texas, 12.5 at Kentucky, 42.5 is the total. Texas has failed to cover their last 4 games following the Red River rivalry. Kentucky, meanwhile, is 7-3 against the spread as a dog. Maybe too many points there for Texas, 12.5. And Missouri, 1.5-point favorite at Auburn, the total at 43.5. Mizzou is 22-0 straight up as a favorite, and they've covered 8 of the last 10 as a favorite. And they'll try to do the same on the Plains this week against the Tigers. We will take a break here on The Odds Couple. When we come back, we will look at tonight's Thursday night football game, plus have our picks and any free picks we might have before we get out of here today as well. Yeah, a little TNF when we return here on The Odds Couple. Keep it right here on Grind City Media.
The boy is mine.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
The boy is mine. Let's go, Grizz, let's go!
Oh, John Moran just broke the rim with that finish.
Defense, take that ball! Defense, take that ball!
Jared with a rejection.
Give me that!
Moran digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Bob, Brandon Clark.
Ooh, on that rim!
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Who's got the best trash talkers collegiately? Did anybody ever make you laugh?
Tennessee fans, they always like, yo, Zach Edey, bro. Like, they won't smoke because you cooked them.
No,
They don't. They think you foul all the time.
Yeah,
That's what they would say. Yeah.
40. That happened.
Was it 40 and 20? 40, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Odds Couple, Thursday edition of the large program. We'll be back with you on Monday to recap the weekend at 2 o'clock. And then, of course, every Thursday we get you set for the weekend with picks and pick it or park it and nuggets and all that good stuff. And we got one more pick it or park it because tonight is Thursday Night Football. It is the start of the weekend for the National Football League. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a 5.5-point favorite at the Cincinnati Bengals with a total of 43.5. Two 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks going at it tonight, Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh 12-4 against the spread against AFC North opponents, 6-2 against the spread in October, and 7 of the last 10 on the road have gone over. Cincinnati, meanwhile, 2-5 against the spread their last 7. 11 of their last 13 at home have gone over the total, and 4 of their last 5 have gone over. Now, head-to-head, Pittsburgh has covered 5 of the last 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals. The easy pick here, and it's just a scary pick, but it's the Steelers. I mean, you gotta take the Steelers tonight, minus the 5.5. 28-17 Steelers over the Bengals. Take the Steelers to cover, and the total goes over the 43.5, barely over the 43.5. But Steelers are the play, right?
I don't know. It's 43.5 to over under or the ages?
I stay away from this Thursday night game.
This one looks like what was that movie with Sylvester Stallone and all those old stars? The Replacements or something like that. The Expendables. That's what this thing looks like. I'm staying away from this thing. The Steelers are going to win. It's just how much are they going to win by?
Bengals are really bad.
Yeah. And they got like this real old guy playing quarterback now. Like he had one good fun game, and now like you figure it catches up to him.
Right.
Although the Steelers have a really old quarterback too.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith's got to come back to earth at some point, right? Or is this the Arthur Smith redemption season? I asked Bennett if he would take him as the Titans coach. His name's getting like some buzz as a replacement Titans guy, homecoming. So I don't know. I stay away from this one though. Forget it.
All right. Roser?
It's a total stay away. Total stay away. No. Thursday night in London, just stay away from them. It's not even worth it.
Joe Flacco is 3-0 against the Steelers on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, so like I think Rodgers clearly is way better this year than he was with the Jets last year, and I think some of that is I think Rodgers has probably always been Rodgers, and it probably took him a little bit to get over the Achilles. He's not clearly what he was like 6 years ago or anything, but like I think the Jets as an organization are also terrible, like god awful. But Rodgers has made some throws this year, if you watch, where you're like, oh, like, dude, you can still do that?
Yeah.
That's, like the roll, like the rolling out last week, flinging it across his body was like, holy crap, you still got that. But I just don't trust the Thursday night games because I do think something Flacco can do in Cincinnati that he couldn't do in Cleveland is just. Sometimes, if you saw that touchdown catch last week, like sometimes, dude, you just throw the ball in the air to Jamar Chase, and just like he may make an insane catch. Like his touchdown catch last week was like that. It's like, holy crap, how did he catch that? So I just stay away from it.
All right. That's boring. It's one game.
Yeah,
it's one game on Thursday night.
Have fun with it.
I'm betting the Steelers. Go Steelers.
Did Jamar Chase anytime touchdown?
All right. Time for our
also,
weekly picks.
Hendrickson's out for the Bengals tonight. So, yeah.
Steelers.
Oh, my mother.
All right. Time for our weekly picks. I'll go ahead and get us started. I'm going with the Mississippi State Bulldogs this week against Florida. Mississippi State plus the 8.5. Mississippi State's 10-3 against the spread their last 13 games. Florida might be better than Mississippi State, but it's not by much. And I know that one team is going to give full effort, and that's Mississippi State. Florida, not so sure. I'll take the 8.5. South Carolina, Oklahoma will go under the 43.5. Oklahoma's been under the total every game so far this season. Texas Tech, they've covered every game this season. We'll ride that train. Minus 11.5 at Arizona State. The Patriots, Mike Vrabel's return to Nashville against an interim head coach. Let's go with the Patriots, minus the 7.5 to blow out the Titans.
I like that one.
And then the Chargers, minus the 1.5 against the Colts. We talked about that one a little bit earlier. I like the Chargers against a Colts team. I'm with you, Roser. I'm not overly impressed. The Colts have been good.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a nice job. They've beaten the teams in front of them. but they've beaten a lot of crap.
They've beaten a lot of, like, not just crap, though. It's teams that are, like, there's deeper issues. Like, there's, like, organizational issues. The Dolphins, it's like, dude, McDaniel could get fired any day. The Titans did fire their coach. The Raiders are a dumpster fire, a complete dumpster fire. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take the Chargers on that low number playing at home against the Colts. Lang?
All right. When we see a line we don't understand, what do we do?
We gotta go the other way.
No, we better.
Or we
don't
bet,
we?
yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know why Ole Miss is giving 8.5 to Georgia or getting 8.5 against Georgia. I think that game's probably closer than that, so I'll bet Ole Miss on that one. I think Georgia Tech's a really good team. I've bet them a couple times this year. They've always looked really good. Duke's favored by 1.5 in this game. I reached out to one of my buddies who went to Georgia Tech, and I was like, why, what is this line? And he was like, well, it's at Duke, and that's the main thing. Georgia Tech hasn't beaten a lot of quality teams this year. So the thought is Duke by 1.5, but I'm taking Georgia Tech in this one. I think Haynes King's been awesome. I've watched Duke a couple of times. I watched them play Illinois. I'll take Georgia Tech in this one. I feel good about it. Like I said, UAB, they get to have a ding-dong Trent Dilfer's gone game. So I think they'll keep it close enough. I don't know. There's no way they're winning this game. North Texas looked so bad in that South Florida game last week for a team that was undefeated going into that with a great quarterback who's been pretty good for them this year. And then he had a couple of interceptions in that game. His first time all season, he got picked off. I think they straightened that stuff out, and they're going to win this game by a touchdown. And then, I don't get this one either. The Falcons are coming off back-to-back wins, including the Bills on Monday Night Football. The 49ers have everybody hurt except for, McCaffrey. And Fred Warner went out last week. So I don't understand this line, so I'm going to bet the 49ers, even though I hope they lose. I have CJ's picks here. He's not here. Should we just go through CJ's?
Yeah.
Let's try to guess what he had picked. He has LSU at Vanderbilt plus 2.5. What do you think about that?
Well, there we go. I mean, we all disagree because we all took Vandy.
Yeah, I like Vandy.
He's got Memphis minus 21.5.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Penn State, Iowa under. This was interesting.
That's fair. I like that.
Penn State's lost 3 in a row, and Drew Aller just got hurt for the season. So Iowa can't score. He's got the Rams in London. I guess he's betting on Stafford.
Yeah.
And then the Pats, Titans. This game to me, though, is have you seen all the Vrabel interviews this week? He's clearly still pissed about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the way it ended up. He doesn't like the way he was treated. They asked him if you had any gear left over from his time coaching the Titans. He said it's all at thrift stores in Nashville. So he has some bad blood. And I think if they win this game, it's not going to be by 7. It's going to be by 21 or 25. He's going to step on the neck. So I like that pick from CJ.
I think that Patriots-Titans one interesting. If they had not have fired Callahan, I think that I would be all over that Patriots line. I'd be all over it because clearly they were not playing for Callahan anymore. Yeah. But there is the coach fired.
They're playing for Mike McCoy now?
They're going to at least rally for a game. That it's possible. I would still probably, if I had to pick, I would take the Patriots. All right. My picks this week are lines that do not make sense except for one of them. Alabama minus 8.5. Can I get 7.5 since it's 7.5 now? Can I take that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I will get 7.5. Yeah. Alabama minus 7.5 against Tennessee. I thought the line should have been way lower than this. I don't think it's that much of a difference between these two teams. Made no sense to me because it makes no sense. I'm just going to lay the points with Alabama. I don't know why they're that big of a favorite. It's got to be for a reason, so I'm taking it. This is the one that does make sense to me. USC, Lincoln Riley sucks on the road. I'm taking Notre Dame Saturday night in South Bend. That crowd's going to be electric. Notre Dame covers that number. The Giants are like the darling team of the NFL. Everybody loves the Giants. They got juice. They got Scattaboo. They got Jackson Dart. Everybody loves the Giants. Why are the Broncos a 7-point favorite over them?
They're better than the Giants.
I know, but the Broncos beat the Jets by 2. Yeah. By 2. The Jets are worse than the Titans. The Jets are so bad. I don't understand it, but I'm going to lay the 7 with the Broncos. I'm laying 7 points with freaking Bo Nix. Yeah. That's insane. The Broncos should not be favored by 7 over anybody with Bo Nix as their quarterback. He is just Mid in the dictionary is a picture of Bo Nix. They have a Super Bowl defense, and their offense is blah because of Bo Nix. Why are the Browns favored against anybody?
Because it's the Dolphins.
That doesn't make sense to me. It's a pick 'em. The game should be a pick 'em. Like what are the Browns? What if the Browns? Hey, have the Browns done anything that makes you believe they should be favored against like any team?
No.
You would think even if the Browns play another crappy team, it's a pick 'em. Just make it a pick 'em, and let the people decide who they want to pick in the game. But like, just don't make anybody a favorite. So the fact that the Browns are a favorite, I'm taking the Browns in this game. And then I don't know why the 49ers are favored. The 49ers have had in the last 3 weeks, they have had 2 quarterback sacks and 3 quarterback hits in the last 3 games. That's the Bosa effect. You saw what happened when Fred Warner went out. The Bucs didn't have any of their receivers out there. None of them. And they averaged almost 8 yards of play without Fred Warner on the field. Like, guys are just running wide open. Like, it's just the middle of the field's wide open. Our defense can't stop anybody right now. His replacement is Tatum Bethune, who, like, doesn't ever play. Except he had to last week when Warner got hurt early in the game. I don't think our defense can stop anybody. The Falcons' defense is really, really good. They were stopping Josh Allen. And so the only concern for the Falcons would be Penix. Like, he can throw some testy passes. But, again, our defense sucks. So I don't know why the Falcons aren't favored in this. So because of that, I'm taking my team. Niners minus 2.5.
The It Doesn't Make Sense picks from John Roser this week.
Okay.
All right. A couple of free picks for you before we get out of here. Carolina hockey tonight, 3-way money line pick. Take the Carolina Panthers, or Hurricanes, I'm sorry. Carolina Hurricanes tonight in Anaheim against the Ducks. Take them to win in 60 minutes. And then we got Tulsa at East Carolina tonight as well, under 54.5. Tulsa at East Carolina tonight, under 54.5 is the number on that one as well. All right, there you go. Everybody good?
Yeah.
We got it all in?
We got it all in.
Friggin' Rangers, man. We can't win. Got shut out at home every game this season.
Last time that happened, though, they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I know.
1938.
Great.
All right, that's going to do it for us here today on The Odds Couple. Thank you for joining us. Good luck with all your bets this weekend. Enjoy all the action this weekend. We'll be back Monday to talk about it at 2 o'clock on The Odds Couple. For Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again Monday right here on Grind City Media.